Hey, what's up, people? Piz out here, and today I want to talk to you guys about the film Only God Forgives, directed by Nicolas Winding Refn and starring Ryan Gosling. And I got really excited when I first heard about this film because it is directed by and starring the same duo that brought us the film Drive, which is just one of my all-time favorite films, and B, because I saw a sequence from the film online a couple of months ago that involved Ryan Gosling's character slamming a glass of whiskey into an Asian gentleman's face and then dragging that Asian gentleman down a hallway by his mouth. So seeing that sequence, I was like, I am there. And where to begin with this film? I mean, just where to begin? I mean, the storyline basically revolves around Ryan Gosling's character, whose name is Julian, and his older brother, and they're involved in some sort of drug shenanigans in Bangkok. Eventually, Ryan Gosling's character's brother dies. Ryan Gosling's mother, played by Kristen Scott Thomas, flies into Bangkok, and she wants bloody revenge against whoever murdered her son. And we find out that the murder was somewhat orchestrated by this Bangkok police officer who has his very own sense of justice. He usually dispenses his own justice at the end of a sword, and things get pretty hectic from there. And like I said, I mean, where to begin with this film? It is, first and foremost, I mean, it is just a feast for the eyes. I mean, Nicolas Winding Refn is a very highly stylized visual director. He's a visual storyteller. The first half of the movie is very sparse dialogue, but just, like I said, a feast for the eyes. The first half of the film pretty much takes place in sort of the underbelly of Bangkok, in these sort of shady hotels and whorehouses, and they're all steeped in this just deep red color. There's so many sequences that involve just sort of Ryan Gosling's character walking down a hallway, and the movie really sort of gets started when Kristen Scott Thomas's character comes into Bangkok, and she's probably the most malevolent, heartless character in the entire film. There's a sequence where Ryan Gosling's character has talked this prostitute into accompanying him to dinner with his mother, and during that dinner, basically his mother is just talking horribly about Ryan Gosling's character the entire time, talking about how he was jealous of his brother. At one point she says that he was jealous of his brother because his brother had a larger penis than him, and just saying all these horrible things, and Ryan Gosling is just sitting there staring at her like in this entranced, just emotionless gaze the entire time. Gosling spends pretty much the whole movie in that state, and it's alluded to that you know, he's a very, very deeply disturbed individual, which is pretty clear that in the film. I think Ryan Gosling, out of everybody in the movie, probably has the least amount of dialogue, strangely enough. The movie is very, very violent. There's one sequence in particular that's just cringe-inducingly violent. But the film, in and of itself, for me, was very, very entertaining and very, very just strange and beautiful and just absolutely engrossing. And I can understand half the people who see this film are probably going to say it's boring, there's nothing going on, or they're going to be like, what is going on here? For me, like I said, I just found it to be totally engrossing, totally engrossing. Ask me what the movie was about, you're not going to get a real clear plot synopsis out of it. However you look at it, you're not going to get a real clear plot synopsis out of it. It's the kind of movie you're probably either going to love or you're going to hate. And I like those kind of movies. I like those challenging kind of movies, those movies that, you know, are intended to be talked about after watching them. And I think it's definitely a kind of movie that you can watch multiple times, or that deserves to be watched multiple times, because there's a lot going on in it. There's a lot of symbolism going on in it. There's a lot of odd editing going on there where it's kind of surreal. You don't know what's real, what's kind of going on in Ryan Gosling's character's head. It's just, like I said, really an engrossing film. And if you get the chance to check it out, I highly recommend it. But yeah, I just, you know, it's just one of those movies, man, it just washes over you. But I gotta tell you, for the running length, I was just totally engrossed in the film. Visually stunning. Like I said, Nicolas Winding Refn is just, you know, one of the most visual storytellers working in the movies today, and this one is probably his most visually stunning film. Can't put it quite up there on the same level as Drive for me, but definitely a movie that, like I said, I highly recommend. If you've seen the film, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'm really interested to hear what people think about it, because I've not really read very many reviews or anything. I've not really heard very much about the film, to be perfectly honest, but I was lucky enough to take in a screening of the film. So and I was, like I said, I was pretty mesmerized by it. But like I said, what's going on, what the movie is about, you know, that's a tough nut to crack, to be honest. But yeah, if you get the chance to watch Only God Forgives, I highly recommend it. If you've already seen it, let me know what you think in the comments below. And until next time, you guys take it easy.